Quiero saludar y dar la bienvenida a Curtis Morris. Él es una persona que quiere ser congresista de los Estados Unidos representando al estado de Delaware. Curtis, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning. Thank you so much. I think it's the first opportunity we met. We've been talking over the phone for a couple of weeks. But why you decide to run for Congress? Do you think that was something that you were looking for, or is something new for you?
It's something new for me. Mm-hmm. For a couple of years now. I'm young, pretty young, 25.
Okay.
But I've been seeing a lot of division in our country, especially on the federal level. Mm-hmm. People think people in D.C. are just playing games, and that's true. Mm-hmm. I believe that. These are real people with real life decisions, and they get paid regardless, and they just playing around. And I want to put a new twist on that and get up in there and try to change what's in there, the feelings of our country.
Let me translate. Vamos a traducir un poquito lo que él está diciendo. Le decía a Curtis Morris, él está como candidato para las primarias por el Partido Demócrata, quiere ser congresista de los Estados Unidos por el estado de Delaware, y le digo que ¿por qué quiere ser político ahora en una situación tan difícil como está el país? Dice que es nuevo para él tiene 25 años apenas, pero dice que a pesar de su corta edad, él quiere ir a Washington a trabajar verdaderamente, porque en Washington la gente no está trabajando, y dice que, y sea que trabajen o no trabajen, ellos reciben una paga, y eso le ha hecho pensar que él puede ir a Washington a representar. So, in the federal level, since if you win this election, these primaries,
yes,
because you're going to go against a couple other people,
yes,
and then if you win the election, what is the main concern that you have? Because in today's world, in today's day, United States is involved in a lot of issues. Mm-hmm. President Biden not necessarily has accomplished many things that he thought he's going to be able to accomplish.
Yes.
Are we on the same page? What is your main concern?
Well, first, on a federal level, our stance globally is an issue. Former President Trump saying certain things about NATO and our allies is a big problem on a global stage. Domestically, immigration is a huge problem. And the Democrats, for years, and Republicans on both administrations, has failed on immigration. But recently, they try to figure out a solution specifically in the U.S. Senate. And the GOP in the House is not going for it, even though they wanted something in legislation, because their former President Trump said, no, don't act on it, because he's afraid that if it's something accomplished on immigration, that it'll be a plus for Biden.
But nothing being accomplished. Barack Obama, and I'm going to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very fair with you, but
yes.
I like the facts. I don't like lies on the air.
Yes.
I'm going to be very factual, okay? Let me tell you this. Barack Obama offered immigration reform, he didn't do anything.
Yes, that's true.
Vice President Biden was vice president for 8 years. They didn't do anything.
That's true.
All right? Then, I agree with you. I think it was overreaction what ex-President Trump said in regards to NATO.
Yes.
It jeopardized the security of the world.
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is, President Trump never had the word that we have right now, and he never spent the billions of dollars that we're spending that we don't have it.
Yes, that's true.
So, the fact of the matter is, I think President Trump talked too much, but the President Biden is doing things that is jeopardizing the world as well. So,
yes.
I mean, it's a very complicated situation.
Yes. I believe that under President Biden, we spent too much. But under Trump, the language was abrasive. For instance, in the Middle East right now, the Democrats are going through, Gaza is being bombed. Innocent people are getting killed. Children are getting killed. I understand that you have to have a balance because Israel has been attacked. But to go into, for instance, the Rafah area and just killing innocent people, I don't think that's a solution as well.
But I don't think that is a fact. And I don't. And with all respect,
yes,
with all respect, Curtis, I think you are speaking without facts, and that's my concern.
Okay.
If you want to be a U.S. representative for the state of Delaware or any state in the country, I believe we need to have facts, because a lot of speech, It's not gonna tell us the truth. The Latino community and the American community who is voting this coming election in November 5th, I think people is expecting more than just a speech. And I believe, and let me tell you this. True. I agree that I believe that the bombs and all this situation in Israel is very complicated situation in Gaza, you know. But what would you do if you have someone, a foreign person, an immigrant from any other country, coming to your house?
Yes.
Take your people, take your family, take your grandma, rape your family, rape your kids, take them away. What would you do? Would you go against and trying to rescue them and put bombs and shoot them up? Or you will be waiting for them to react?
I would not wait.
Exactly.
I would not wait. But you have to have a balance. You have to be strategic. I feel like...
I think they do. What happens right now, in my opinion,
yes,
Curtis, is what we need a strong policies against these terrorist groups.
Yes.
Because, you know...
I agree.
What happens is they came, attacked Israel, attacked innocent people.
Yes.
Then Israel reacts, started bombarding them. 2 months later, as everybody is against Israel, say, oh, you're killing innocent people. Guess what? The terrorists of Hamas are
hiding underneath them.
Exactly.
They go into hospitals.
Exactly. So,
yes.
I mean, regardless of what we think, our policies in the Congress needs to be, one, strong to defend our people first.
Yes.
Because we are so concerned spending billions of dollars.
And people are poor on the street.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree. I feel like I talk about this all the time with my family. We're sending these big aid packages, and we need to support Ukraine. We need to support Taiwan. We're sending these big aid packages, but there's people hungry. There's people dying every day, and our own people. And that's why immigration is important. And that's why I agree with the Republicans. Say, hey, we have to fix our own border and our safety first before we can go overseas and start doing that with other people.
So you think that the President Biden has the power to, in the Congress? Right now, we have in the Congress is minority Democrat. In the House. And the House.
Yeah.
And the Senate, we are pretty much divided.
Yeah.
But in some point, the Democratic Party had all the power, and they didn't do anything.
Exactly.
They didn't fix anything.
Exactly. And that's the problem.
3 years ago, I had a conversation with Senator Coons here. Years ago, I had many conversations with Senator Carper, which I believe is not going to be running again.
No.
But they always offer. They always talk to me.
All talk, but no action.
So why you will be proposing, if you win this election, why you will be proposing to the Latino community, to the American community, to all communities.
Yes.
Because if you go into Congress, you will be representing everybody.
Yes, sir.
Regardless of race, color, religion, or anything.
Yes.
What would be your proposal in immigration reform?
On immigration reform, first of all, I want the people under DACA to be citizens.
Okay.
Most of them, this is the only country they known for their whole life. And they contribute so much to our American society already in taxes and homes and all that kind of thing. That's important. People always skip them, and that's shameful. The second thing I would do is to try to get together with Democrats, Republicans, progressives, hard right, whatever you want to call them, and say we need a comprehensive future on security with the Border Patrol Union, talk to those people what we really need. For instance, they supported the U.S. Senate bill, but the House is just not even looking that way. Why would you ignore the people who actually is on the border every day and saying that is the bill that we need at this time?
But this is what is frustrating for me, all right? What is frustrating is we have a lot of money spending on the border as well.
Yes.
All the time. It's not like we have reduction of border control, patrols, or anything.
True.
We have, in the last 20 years, we spent billions and billions of dollars making the border stronger, right?
Yes.
But what happens? So President Trump put in another policy, to deport criminals. Then he deported a little bit over 375,000 people.
Yes.
In these 4 years.
Yes.
President Biden has deported already 1.5 million people already. But at the border, there's no control. The federal people is helping people to bring it to the country. Why is that?
I'm not sure on that. But here's my point. I think we need to reduce the amount of people that step over the border. Okay. There's asylum seekers, I understand, and that is a true problem. And I think that right now in that current bill, they give you 90 days to investigate your application, your asylum application, and then they give you a work visa. I think that we should reduce that. I think we should reduce that because there's an incentive for the people that are truly hurting, but they get taken advantage of by people who they paying to get across the border. It takes a lot of time. People are dying getting to the border. We have to go to these individual countries. Vice President Harris was supposed to be in charge of that. I didn't hear a lot from the conclusion of her visiting Mexico, Central America, South America. We need to go into those countries and see what is the root causes, because if you don't fix the root, they're going to keep coming.
I think it's deeper the issue, and I believe we have over 20 million Latino people in the United States who has been paying taxes, who has been raising kids, building companies, being part of the economic engine in the country, and they haven't had any opportunity to become legal in the United States. So we are legalizing people who just arrived, giving them permits to work, asylum, giving all the kinds of solutions. And I'm not against the new people who's coming. I'm not. What I'm saying is, it's so unfair that our politicians, they do nothing, and they haven't done anything good for the 20 million, because they've been talking for the 11 million for a lot of years. But there's over 20 million people who deserve
they do.
To be a permanent resident of the United States. And that's my concern. And I believe it's my concern every day in this radio station when I talk about politics.
And
it's always my concern as a community member in the state of Delaware and in the East Coast, since we reach a lot of people all over the place. My main concern is when the Congress is going to act. So if you're going to Congress, you are a media communication graduated in UD. You are younger, but you are you have a good heart, I would say. That's my perception. And you have good intentions, all right? But having good intentions is not enough. You might have to go against your own party.
I will in some cases. Yeah, I'm prepared for that.
Okay.
I'm prepared for that. I'm not a progressive. I'm a moderate. I understand the new wave. My young generation wants to be progressive. I'm not. So I understand. I'm a go against my party, and I'm okay with that.
So you think Delaware needs to be fixed, but not just Delaware, nationwide, in security, borders, and worldwide security. How about the economy? We have a very bad situation. The past 3 years has been up and down, even though lately the inflation has been reduced from 7.8 to 3.1.
That doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Joe Biden and his administration, but I hate when his administration keeps, inflation's down, inflation's down. I don't feel it in my pocket. I go to the store, it's high. Everything is crazy expensive. Also, we have to crack down on manufacturers and companies just raising the price for no reason. They don't have to raise it that high. So I feel like this administration and this Congress, Republican and Democrat, needs to focus on those companies who's artificially creating these high prices that don't need to be there. Sometimes I got to put stuff back. And I never had to do that before. So the talk of inflation's down, that's crap to me sometimes. It's not down in regular households. People are still struggling.
I believe, and probably a lot of people is agreeing with you and I in regards to the economy, because after COVID, I remember, probably you and I remember, I always mention, a little plate of meat. It was $7, $7.35, I remember.
Yeah.
And now the same plate is $25.
It's crazy.
So it's 300% expensive, and nothing went down. Actually, the paper towels, many things, they went up, never went down. And I agree, some of the states, they increased the salaries and stuff like that, and I believe that was a good idea. But the reality is inflation is not going down. I don't think we have the best economy, and I hope things are going to be changing. And I do apologize for not translating, because this is a long conversation.
Yes, sir.
But let me give you a little a little idea of what we'll be talking about with you to the Latino community who is listening to the station right now, Curtis. Estoy hablando con Curtis Morris. Él es precandidato para el Partido Demócrata en el estado de Delaware para el Congreso de los Estados Unidos. Y la conversación se puso un poco intensa porque obviamente yo le decía a él, a mí me gusta que las cosas sean, que hablemos con hechos, no solamente con palabras, respecto a los problemas que tenemos en Gaza, problemas que tenemos en la frontera, los problemas que tenemos como país invirtiendo y gastando millones de dólares en Ucrania y en otras guerras que tenemos. Él decía que el presidente Trump había bloqueado a los políticos del lado derecha para que no aprueben arreglos en la frontera, y le decía que el presidente Biden, él fue vicepresidente cuando Barack Obama ofreció una reforma migratoria y no hicieron nada. El presidente Barack Obama con el presidente Biden de vicepresidente fueron los que más deportaron en esa época. Y yo le decía que es importante que hay un trabajo en favor. Él decía que quiere ayudar a la gente de DACA, que quiere que los que tienen DACA puedan ser residentes permanentes y luego ser ciudadanos, porque este es el único país que conocen. Eso es lo que dice Curtis. Pero también dice, y yo le decía, en Estados Unidos hay 20 millones de personas indocumentadas que pagan impuestos, que trabajan todos los días, que están criando a sus hijos aquí, construyendo negocios y que no tienen ningún papel, no tienen ningún documento para estar legales. Y le digo que obviamente no estamos en contra de las personas que están llegando recién, pero es injusto que a las personas que van llegando les estén dando permisos de trabajo y todo, y a los que estamos aquí 20 años, 30 años, no tengan ninguna oportunidad. Entonces él dice que sí, que él está de acuerdo que hay que arreglar el sistema migratorio y que está de acuerdo de que irse, le decía, tienes que irte en contra de algunos políticos de tu propio partido. Y él dice que incluso él podía hacerlo, sin embargo él quiere representar, dice que él no es progresista, que él es un demócrata moderado y que es lo que quiere presentar aquí en los Estados Unidos. So, Curtis, I hope it's not going to be the last conversation that you and I will have. I like your good intentions. Me gusta tu forma de pensar. A pesar de que algunas cosas no estemos de acuerdo, vamos siempre a estar disponibles a abrir las puertas de nuestra radio. Even though we are not agreeing in a couple things, probably you are on one page, I'm on another, but that's the freedom and that's the beauty of this country, right?
Yes.
And I believe we always wanted to have a seat and talk to Democrats, Republicans. We don't need words. We need facts. Mm-hmm. We need something. We need someone. Hopefully, and I hope one day the Congress is going to stop renewing the same people for 40, 50 years.
Yes.
We need fresh people. We need young people like you and people who really care about the community. Yo le estoy diciendo que yo espero que más gente pueda reelegirse joven para que vaya al Congreso, porque esto de reelegir a los mismos por 40, 50 años es una pérdida de tiempo. I think we waste a lot of time re-electing the same people over and over. Mm-hmm. Don't you agree?
Yes, and no solutions.
No solutions. What is your final message for the people? And then we're going to give you some information about donations and stuff for your campaign.
Yes, I just want to say that I'm here to refresh people's perception.
Yo quiero refrescar la percepción de la gente, dice.
On politicians, but specifically on federal government.
Quiero cambiar la manera en que la gente piensa de los políticos, pero también del gobierno federal.
And I hope I can be the candidate that can root for you.
Y dice que ojalá yo pueda ser el candidato que pueda abrir esos espacios para ti.
Thank you.
Curtis, you have a website. And no, you don't have a website, and I hope you're going to get it done soon. But él tiene una línea para donar. So you have a telephone line the people can donate for your campaign.
Yes, sir.
What is it? You want me to say it?
Yes.
Okay, es el 1888-4448-774. 888-4448-774. Pueden mandar un texto con la palabra Curtis DE. Curtis DE. Y mandan un mensaje de texto. They can text that Curtis D, right?
Yes, sir.
Al número que les dije, y 1-888-4448-774. Y también, you have an email address.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
CurtisForCongress302@gmail.com.
All right, great. Curtis, and I hope, we would have a lot of more young people like you with the big heart in trying to defend the rights of people, the freedom of Americans in the United States, regardless of color, religion, or any party mentality. Because in the end of the day, whoever is going to be the president is going to represent all of us.
Yes.
Whoever is going to be the Congress representing the state, you're not going to represent just the state. You're going to represent all Americans, the whole nation. And that needs to be done. Hopefully, you're going to have a good campaign, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Curtis. Gracias. Vamos a hacer una pausa y regresamos con más aquí en Máxima la Primera. No se vayan.